Hey guys, JB here, and I'm excited. You notice I'm not wearing my hoodie today because I got on my orange iguanas t-shirt because I'm going to be on Legends of the Hidden Temple. Mr. Boyd said that was perfect because we're learning about Mesoamerica this week, and Mesoamerica has lots of that stuff. So this, let me tell you, it's a really cool game show where I get to go run through the hidden temple and I get to try to solve the mystery. I don't know what it'll be about, but I'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I need to learn some about Mesoamerica. They sent me my t-shirt early and they sent me these books and it tells me all about the legends so that I know what I'm doing when I get on the game show. So let's take a look and see what it says. It says that Mesoamerica means Middle America, and it's the bridge of land between North America and South America. I bet that's a big bridge. Early civilizations developed in this area, much as they did in other parts of the world. Indigenous people built complex communities with advanced technology that rivaled that of Europe and Asia. Often these ancient communities are called pre-Columbian because they existed before Columbus's voyage. After Columbus arrived in the Americas, many European explorers followed who conquered the indigenous civilizations and attempted to erase their traditions. The first group was called the Olmecs. Olmec, I know Olmec, he's the big statue guy that tells you the legends on the show. Can't wait to meet Olmec. He's cool, y'all. They're the oldest American civilization and established on the southeastern coast of Mexico and thrived between 1200 and 400 BCE. They were known as the Olmecs and lived in a highly ordered society with religious rituals and powerful ruling families. They forged extensive trade routes and developed as Olmecs, meaning rubber people in the Aztec language. Rubber people? Could they bounce around like bouncy balls? Were they made of rubber? Oh no, it says they weren't made of rubber. It says they learned to make rubber from trees. Trees? They got rubber trees? That's a new one on me. All I've ever seen are wooden trees. I'd like to find a rubber tree. Their religious art still exists today, and their customs made their way into the Mesoamerican cultures that came after them. They were well known for carving gigantic heads out of 40-ton stones. They carved giant heads? That's crazy, y'all. No one knows how they could possibly transport these stones to their religious sites, but they did it somehow. I bet they rolled them around. It says here they were the inventor of sports. Well, Legends is kind of like a sport. You got to do challenges and answer questions so you can make it to the end and beat all the other teams and go to the temple so that you can win the game. The Olmecs use their knowledge of rubber production to make rubber balls for playing a sport known as the ball game and sometimes called ulama. The rubber ball was smaller than a soccer ball, very heavy and very dangerous. The ball game had rules. Can't use your hands, equipment like gloves, and teams. How do you play a ball game without using your hands? Oh, they play soccer that way, don't they? They don't use their hands in soccer. Guess you had to use your feet in this game too. Ulama was played for hundreds of years throughout Mesoamerica and was even brought back to Europe by the Spanish explorers. The game had religious meaning and connected to beliefs about the movement of planets and the sun. Sometimes opposing tribes played a ball game instead of fighting a battle. Archaeologists have unearthed more than 20 huge rectangular ulama fields where teams challenged each other, often to the death. That's crazy, man. If you lose the game, you die? That's a crazy game to play. Well, the next group is known as the Mayans. And let's see what they are. They were the first great civilization of the Americas and lasted for 2,000 years, it says. They were in Central America at the southern end of the Yucatan Peninsula, the southeastern tip of Mexico. Mayan life was at its peak from about 250 to 900 CE. They farmed using a slash and burn technique. The slashing was cutting down trees. The burning was setting the tree stumps on fire. The ashes were used as fertilizer for new crops on the cleared land. Slash and burn sounds like a video game. The Mayans successfully grew many crops, from beans to papayas to avocados, and most commonly maize or corn. So maize is corn? I guess that's why at Halloween they do a corn maze. But the slash and burn farming technique wore out the soil, and after a few years, farmers had to start over with a new plot of land. Some historians think this is one reason Mayan civilization began to crumble around 900. It may also have been from war, drought, disease, or any number of things. The Mayans created large temple pyramids in present-day Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico. They look like giant steps. They don't look like pyramids. That's what the Egyptians built. They topped the pyramids with shrines to the gods and surrounded them with other temples and palaces. The Mayans believed all life came from the hands of divine powers. They sometimes held festivals in honor of the gods and offered the gods human sacrifices. That's crazy, man. Human sacrifices? Planning religious festivities was helped by their development of a calendar based on the seasons. They also developed a system of hieroglyphics, writing in books made from the barks of trees. Wow. They're famous, y'all. It says they're famous for their amazing accomplishments in astronomy and math. They watched the heavens and took careful measurements for years and years, which allowed them to develop an accurate and complex 365-day calendar like ours, and also a 260-day calendar based on the orbits of Venus. How'd they do that with a telescope? That's crazy, y'all. I don't know how they could see the stars. Most Mayans were farmers of corn and other crops. Many lived in large cities like Chichen Itza. Sounds like chicken. They lived in the Chicken City, which at its height had a population of 50,000. Overall, about 19 million people made up the Mayan civilization. Historians debate why Mayan cities were rapidly abandoned around 900 CE. Many think that deforestation, cutting down the trees for firewood, and to clear land for farming was one big cause. Their environment and climate might have gotten out of balance and caused food shortages, or perhaps constant warfare took a final toll. Most likely, a combination of causes led to the fall of the Mayan civilization. I bet they ran out of people with all them human sacrifices. It lists 5 amazing facts about the Mayans. It says they understood the concept of zero before the Greeks did. They constructed some of the largest pyramids in the world. Wow, larger than the ones in Egypt? They made books called codices out of tree bark where they recorded their calculations. Books made out of tree bark. I bet they were heavy to carry. They spoke and wrote in many different languages. Some of the languages are still spoken by people in Central and South America. They spoke in all them languages. How'd they understand each other? And number 5 is my favorite. They invented chocolate. Chocolate? I love chocolate. It says here that they grew cocoa trees and made chocolate beverages. I like hot chocolate. It's good with marshmallows. They even use cocoa beans as money in markets. Chocolate money? I guess I better go find them chocolate coins I got for Easter last year. Maybe I can buy some stuff with them. Well, I got to practice some of my physical challenges for this Legends of the Hidden Temple game. So I'm gonna let you guys go today, and I'm gonna get ready to swim that lake so I can do the next part. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.